Flights in and out of Changi Airport are set to hit 80% of pre-COVID levels by year-end. Almost 5,000 new HDB built-to-order flats are up for sale in 6 locations. And the Jurong Bird Park announces its last day of operations before moving to Mandai. Hello, you're watching The Big Story with me, Chiao Su En. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel to stay up to date with our live news updates. Changi Airport is expecting a busy travel season for the year-end holidays, with passenger numbers expected to surge. Transport Minister S Iswaran gave this update today ahead of Terminal 4's reopening on September 13th.
Passenger volumes rise to a weekly average of about 58% of what it was pre-COVID, and that is in 2019. In terms of flights, it's actually more around 64%. And importantly, when we look ahead to the winter period, in other words, the Northern Hemisphere's winter period, so around the peak seasons of November, December, January, the flights are likely to increase to about 80% of pre-COVID levels. So it's important that we are organized to meet this rise in demand. And that's why the next phase of our effort has really been focused on ensuring that Changi Airport, in terms of T1, T2, T3 and T4, is geared to be able to manage a passenger volume that is at about the level of pre-COVID. In other words, around 70 million passengers. The important thing now is in the next stage, in order to be able to ramp up to meet the anticipated increase in flights and passenger volumes at the year end, our aim is to recruit another 3,500 to 4,000 more employees for the aviation community.
Now, airlines moving to T4 include Cathay Pacific, Korean Air and Air Asia. But it's unclear if Jetstar will join them. The Australian low-cost carrier had rejected the airport's decision last month to relocate its flights to T4, saying the move was done in bad faith before any deal had been reached. Mr. Iswaran says both sides are now in discussions.
I think both parties are engaged in a discussion on the basis of seeking out a win-win outcome. I do not want to specify a time frame simply because we need to give them enough time to make sure that they have worked through the issues. But clearly it is something that will also be subject to the overall operational requirements of the airport as a whole. So I think the Jetstar parties are aware of this in terms of what CAG's needs are. CAG is also very clear about what Jetstar's concerns are. And I think we need to give both parties time to work this through, satisfy themselves that the overall arrangement is a workable one that meets all the objectives, and then they will implement it.
In other news, the Housing Board launched a total of 4,993 built-to-order flats for sale today, including 2 projects in Bukit Merah under the prime location public housing model, which comes with a 6% subsidy clawback upon their sale. The units are spread across 7 housing projects in 6 estates in the 3rd sales exercise of the year. A local icon that many of us have such fond memories of. Jurong Bird Park's last day of operations will be on January 3rd, 2023, the park's 52nd anniversary since it first opened its doors to visitors in 1971. And the 3,500 birds were prepared to move to Bird Paradise in Mandai Wildlife Reserve to join the Singapore Zoo, River Wonders and Night Safari. From September 3rd, the park will run a series of activities, tours and trails that recall the park's history. It is open from Thursdays to Sundays and selected public holidays from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, few outside of India had heard of Mr. Gautam Adani just a couple of years ago. But now the Indian tycoon has become the world's third richest person. A college dropout who first tried his luck as a diamond trader before turning to coal is the first Asian to break into the top 3 of the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Even Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma never made it that far. Mr. Adani now trails just Tesla chief executive Elon Musk and Amazon.com founder Jeff Bezos in the ranking. And those are our top stories. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by hitting the red button below. I'm Chao Suen, and I'll see you tomorrow on The Big Story.